Oh my gosh. What another back-to-back overtime win for the Vegas Golden Knights over the Minnesota Wild, and they now have a 3-2 series lead in front of an absolute crazy fan base in Game 5. There were incredible storylines here, and this really is a battle of David versus Goliath. Goliath has the lead right now, but David has been this close to taking him out with that slingshot. Minnesota was just 2 goals in 2 overtimes and an offside away from putting this series away. But unfortunately now the Wild find themselves on the heels as the Vegas Golden Knights sneak through this game. I thought the Vegas Golden Knights controlled most of this game, 32 shots to 22. I thought Minnesota had their chances, though. They're one of the best counter-punching teams in the NHL. Shut them down defensively, bring them in, score when you have the opportunity to. Gustafsson goes out. Fleury comes in and shines. What a story that would have been if Marc-André Fleury went. And Vegas fans, don't worry. We're going to pump up your tires, talk about your team a lot in this video because you did great things. You're getting full credit, full marks. But we tell stories as sports commentators, and what a story it would have been to see Marc-André Fleury take down the Vegas Golden Knights in Vegas in overtime, coming back to replace. But alas, it wasn't, and that's why we play the game. The second place, well, at least in the West, first place in their division, Golden Knights, showed exactly why they're the Golden Knights. Top teams find ways to win regardless of the pace of game. It doesn't matter if it's by a goal. Doesn't matter if it's by 10. Winning is winning, and Vegas knows how to win, and they're showing it in this series. Shorthanded, Kaprizov, Boldy. Kaprizov gets too cute here. Sometimes that happens. I guess he's doing his best Kucherov impression here, but he ends up looking to make a pass through the middle, and that will ultimately cause a goal. He has an opportunity to shoot it here, and sometimes the simple plays are the best plays, and this is a valuable lesson he needs to learn in the playoffs. The playoffs is different than the regular season. Sometimes simpler is better. There's no bumper here, but what he is reading, he's a very, very smart player, is he reads what lane the stick went in. He does the fake pass and fake shot depending on which way the stick goes. If the stick were to go the other way to take away the pass, he would have taken the shot. That's how quick he is at reacting. He didn't have this choice made at that time. He made that choice here, but he's going to put it through. Vegas is a great team. They have it well scouted. As it snaps through, bink, and they're off to the races. Kaprizov does his absolute best to get back here and make up for the trouble he's caused at this point in time, and that is the sign of a good heart and soul guy here. He ends up getting beat, though. That puck moves across the Royal Road. It sneaks through Boldy. Now, I don't like guys laying down. I can't give Matt Boldy any negatives for this. You're trying your best at this point. Defensemen do it all the time. I know Boldy isn't defenseman. Sees his friends doing it, gives it a shot. It ain't no good. That net is wide open. I always prefer you stay standing or at least play the puck. But hey, I'm weird like that. Seems to work for a lot of NHL defensemen, so I guess why not give it a try? Well, to me, that's why. Goals like that, they can feel like a dagger. So the Minnesota resolve to come back and fix that immediately on the same power play. Excellent work. Matt Boldy comes back, and he wants to fix what happened. He was in on that play as well. So did Kaprizov. The Wild are hungry, and sometimes it's not how hard you get punched. It's how hard you punch back after you get up, and this is exactly that play. Zone entry, speed, find the gap. Eriksson Ek at the blue line, Knights on their heels, backed in way too far. Too easy of a zone entry here for Minnesota. But that's exactly what they need to get going. Maybe you're sleeping after that goal, resting on your laurels. Eriksson Ek is going to buy ice. Confidence here. Confidence. Playing with huge confidence. 3 stick checkers on it. All the patience in the world to keep the puck. Could have caused a turnover. Could have thrown it away. Doesn't. That is the name of the game in the NHL today. Puck possession. Hold it. Take a little bit of a chance here. Educated chances at these times. You could turn it over. It could go the other way. But puck possession is critical, especially on the power play. Don't just dump it in and make a 50-50 puck. Eriksson Ek continues that on. He leaves it in a very tight space, and you can see an aggressive penalty kill here by Minnesota. We've talked about this many times on the channel. If you're going to wall them off, send them all. Don't just send one and try to get back into position. Wall them all off. If they can get it through your checkers, then they deserve to score. And that's what Zuccarello does. He makes a quick little move, spreads them out. I think this was, I get it. Like when we talk about backs and bobbles, you see chest, you see eyes, you contain. And that's what Vegas is going to do here. They're going to contain. But in this instance, you got to recognize you have 3 up top. Sometimes you have to adjust and go heavy here. There's no hard and fast rule for that. So they go into contain. That puck ends up moving over to Kaprizov, and it goes in the back of the net. Later on in that period, it's Mark Stone. The Knights come up the strong side. They do not spread out. They do not lengthen and widen very often. Many teams you see here, you'll see a guy move over to here. You'll have a quick delay. You'll have a fourth forward coming in, which is the defenseman. You lengthen and you widen the zone. Not the Knights. They play on the strong side. This is unique. This is a little bit different. I like it. Eichel with the zone entry. Quick little move. Like I said, puck possession. Don't just dump pucks in on the playoffs. He recovers, and he's doing a bunch of shoulder checks here throughout this. I mean, he's looking. There he is. You can see him. He's looking back. What help do I have? What help do I have? He recognizes, doesn't have any, and he goes, all right, we're going to see. Now, again, Beer League coach Ryan D on a Friday night, 10:30, is shoveling this puck across the center. That is not what an elite hockey player like Jack Eichel is going to do. Sick little play there. Loved it. Little board tap behind the back. Fight him off. Free hand, sure. Bend the rules to the best of your ability. Get to the top and fake the switch. So if you've noticed here, they have done everything on the strong side. There's no length. There's no width. They're not spreading it out. And what that lets you do is that confuses defenders, where you can create little 2-on-1s here and work in tiny spaces. Think of it like a boxing match when you want to fight in a phone booth instead of a big ring. You bring them in close and you want to play in tight. That's what Vegas always wants to do. That's their regular season MO. They end up going back to the top, so they do go with length. It's Mark Stone up there, blistering shot along the ice, right through the legs. And there was an opportunity there. Zuccarello had a breakaway, lost the puck. That may or may not have come back to haunt them. But once again, it's all about resolve. And here we go. It's going to be Matt Boldy tying it up. And the Knights get lost. They don't go with their strong side forecheck here. They've got a player over here wide. Okay, that's fine. And I think that's what ends up causing this turnover. They're looking. Eichel is looking to make a play here, but I don't think he knows he's got enough support. So he tries shoveling that puck. So there you go. Beer League coach Ryan D on a Friday night. Shovel that puck into a bad position. It's exactly what Eichel does. And I think that's because they're out of their system. They're not attacking on the strong side. That allows for a quick turnover, and this is the counter-punching Minnesota does and has done all series to win games. Minnesota does like zone width and zone length. They don't go with strong side attacks. That puck ends up all the way across the ice, and Boldy is going to come in hard, and there's no cute play here. There's no cute play. There's just puck protect. So for those of you that don't get it, you lean your body here, you create some gap here, and you put your stick as far away from the guy as you can. If you're a left-handed shot, this works out perfectly. Look at the distance you have and you've created, even though you're side by side. This is what we call fighting in a phone booth. Just like I said, that's what you want to do. Get in tight, lean in. It's too late. You're caught. Drag it across that Royal Road and beat the goalie. And just when you think it's going to be the team of destiny, the Ryan Hartman goal occurs with a turnover, again, a counterpunch at the blue line. Here's the offside. Whether or not you agree or disagree, it was offside. They're pointing. The ref normally doesn't get these wrong. He does in this instance. Hartman's in on his own. Puck protect. He's a right-handed shot. Much harder to do on your backhand here. Quick little move, very similar to what you see to Matt Boldy. I don't know what Pietrangelo was doing today, but he wasn't having a good game defensively. I mean, he's normally way better at shutting this down. Boldy's a great player. Hartman is kind of a plug at this point in time, and I say that with all compliments in the world. Hartman goes through, it goes in off his leg. It's not a kicking motion, and Minnesota thinks they have it, and I pop out of my chair for that. I'm excited. Again, neutral observer in this one, but that's just exciting hockey. Challenge, not a challenge, actually. Review. Was it a kicking motion? Nope. It wasn't. Good goal. Coach's challenge. Guess what? It was offside. And it's very clear. That one ends up coming back. And what a heartbreak, because what a story. Villain number one, Ryan Hartman in Vegas. I mean, he's always that guy, isn't he not? I mean, he is. Big red head thing going through it. It's just great. Love the guy. I call him a plug because he can plug in anywhere up and down your lineup. You think you got that goal, you don't. We end up at overtime. This overtime has been all Vegas. Minnesota has had no opportunity to counterpunch in this one. Puck ends up moving high onto the wall, and then it's a reverse back down the wall. Once again, let's change angles for those goalies. It ends up getting Minnesota caught, and unfortunately, they go to make a good play on the puck. Sometimes you're tired, it ends up sneaking through. They're in fine position in terms of there. Where they're caught is right here. You can't have a man in front of the net, and I understand why. The man who's it's supposed to be has gone to the corner to get the puck. This guy here is waiting to take away the Vegas player in case that puck makes it around. That puck shouldn't have got through his stick. It did. It happens. It's no fault. They get in there as hard as they can to fix it, but it's too late as Howden ends the game against Fleury. And what a dagger. Vegas goes nuts. But Minnesota is not out of this one yet. Vegas has to close it. And since it's been this close and that series is 3-2, throw all the stats away. 80% of the time, the team that wins game 5 wins the series. That means 20% of the time they lose. And that's all Minnesota needs to sneak through this series. Minnesota's going to have to find one more gear, though. They can't wait to just counterpunch on turnovers at the blue line. That's been like 80% of their offense. They're going to have to find a way outside of the power play and outside of blue line turnovers to start generating a few more goals. They don't need to change their game, though. They just need to find one or two places to get a few more opportunities. That, to me, is what that overtime showed. You can't always sit back and wait to counterpunch, which is the Minnesota philosophy, because a team like Vegas can pick you apart through just sheer aggression. And that's what happened. This has been an incredibly exciting series. Good for both teams. We'll catch you in Game 6.